G'day warbanders, and welcome back to the second turn end of this action phase. I'm going to take you straight through the replay turn and see what happened. Now, I've already watched the turn happen, but this is just me sort of analyzing my gameplay and see the results. Now, just a heads up that we had a technical issue. I had a technical issue with my opponent, and his sorties were conducted by the AI instead of himself, because the game wouldn't let him physically launch sorties for some reason. So I'm hoping that it resolves itself after turn 3. But yeah, his sorties are done by AI now in this turn, but that's okay because AI is pretty decent in this game. But yeah, it's an interesting turn, and I'll just show it to you guys right now. I don't want to spoil anything by looking at the results, the other panels. But yeah, let's give it a crack. I'll probably have it on message level 2. And yeah, we'll start the playback. And if you don't know what this game is, it's a strategic bombing simulator. I'm playing the Bombing the Reich game, which is where you play as the Allied forces bombing targets. And again, my plan going into this before was to bomb radar stations, carve a path, and hit these critical industries I need to hit, which is rubber. I'm also going after steel, and also some other targets that are easy within reach, and also the raw region here, which is a very nice cluster of targets I can hit, which is sort of my sort of area of operations I'm trying to do. But yeah, let's get started. And I will cut the video if we do have some. So yeah, as you can see here, I have some recon. I'm strafing the airfield, getting there to kill some aircraft on the ground. Again, the game doesn't show the aircraft getting killed for some reason, but you'll see it in the results. But yeah, I'm hitting radar stations here. All that spam you can see on the right is all my recon going to Hamburg, so don't worry about that. And yeah, right now I am bombing these radar stations, trying to carve a path towards the raw region. It's a slow process because there's so many radar stations that you got to question if it's worth it. And yeah, I'm coming in, lost the Spitfire to flak, bombing another radar station, again carving a path. This will be a continuous thing where I am bombing radar stations. Not all of them, because there's so many, as I said before. But yeah, destroying a lot of big AA guns here, and that's good, because if I kill the AA guns, he's gonna run out of them, because he has to actually produce AA guns, and that costs time and resources. And yeah, just more radar stations. This is going to be a long turn, because especially in the nighttime raids where I had a lot of mosquito bombers, just doing strafing runs on rail for some reason, rail yards for some strange reason. You'll see a lot of it happen, but I might cut the video there because it gets a bit boring. But yeah, reconning Hamburg. Lots of recon. If you see single planes everywhere, that means I'm doing some recon. And interestingly, I'm not gotten any intercepts. He hasn't got to my Typhoons, like his AI sorties. The AI seems to be a bit it probably knows that these are sort of preliminary attacks. They're not stupidly big. I do have a big raid planned for the steel Krupp factory. It's a big steel mill in the rural region. The Krupp, if you guys don't know, it's the Krupp company. That sort of special. I can't remember, but is it a company that is focusing on war production? But yeah, I'm hitting one of their steel mills. And we lost a Spitfire. That's unfortunate. And then Typhoons coming in. Oh, we killed the enemy plane. That's nice with the fighter bombers. More Typhoons getting attacked, and killed another one. Nice. Is that 190s? Yeah. The Typhoons can actually defend themselves. These are just fighter bombers without escorts, and they're doing pretty well, considering I didn't give any escorts to these fighter bombers. So I'm basically just coming in along all the coast and just attacking every radar station with fighter bombers. And yeah, oh shit, here we go. I lost a Typhoon there with 3 enemy fighters coming in on that squadron there. As you can see with the white boxes where the action is happening, and you can see that I do have a lot. There's a lot of enemy aircraft there coming out in that area, so I know that he's sort of concentrating in that area. The BF-109s coming in, again they're pretty deadly. They're going to get some kills, and then we have this big giant raid here happening, and you can see that. The B-17 Flying Fortress coming across the English Channel, while my Typhoons are sort of like distracting the enemy aircraft, and hopefully it makes it to the target. Oh, yeah, some more unopposed raids in Italy. Again, there's not any enemy aircraft. Like, I think I strafed a ton of them. You'll see in the results. 190 damage, that's good. 190, nice. The bombers are just, yes. So there's my escorts, they're coming in high and they're killing these 109s. So you'll see it happen in this turn. I stationed around 200 sort of fighters, right? And you'll see that I'm just killing everything. Oh, there's about to be one. Bombing Naples, doing some terror bombing. Again, no resistance. That's good. You'll see my recon on the left there. BF-109s coming in, 15. And they damage the Spitfire, unfortunately. Yeah, big giant dogfight right now. 4 109s. 4 109s dead. Again, Spitfires are making good work of these 109s. It's great. Considering there's a lot of enemy activity in this area, which I was expecting. Yeah, wow. I'm getting a good kill ratio here. Again, those shitty fighter bombers there attacking that radar station. Thunderbolts, let's see how they do. Kill the 109. Nice. I'm lacking this KD right now. Spitfires coming in, 3 of them. 1 destroyed. Nice. Again, this is a big raid. This is one of my biggest raids I'm doing in this turn. Under a lot of pressure right now from the enemy fighters. But I'm winning the engagement. My strategy for this raid was to have an offensive strategy where I'm focused on killing the enemy fighters, and it seems to be working. I laid my escorts above the enemy bombers, using them as bait, like using the bombers as bait for my fighters to swoop in and just hit them from high. For some reason, when I'm playing the play by email term, it doesn't show like my escorts like as a sprite. So it's like the bomber sort of represents the raid and also the escorts. So I don't actually see where the escorts are, which is kind of unfortunate. But as you can see from the results, it seems to be working pretty well. Lots of Spitfire. Bombing these airfields here because I wanted to stop them from being used because there was like a ton of fighters there. So I thought, why not? Bomb those closest airfields so I don't get harassed on the way into Italy. Lost a plane there, Lightning. 3 fighters, Spitfires coming in. Killed a BF-110G too. Thunderbolts coming in. Lost a Thunderbolt. Again, I think the Thunderbolts, they're okay. They do alright, but they could do better. We lost a BF. Yeah, that's going to happen. We're going to lose a couple of bombers to flak. Even when we're bombing it. Oh, here we go. We're bombing it. Nice. So they found the target. They didn't lose sight. And it was a cloudy day today. I'm really surprised when I saw this that they actually got through. Taking a lot of flak here though, taking a lot of flak, which is to be expected. But I think this is worth it. Losing this many, like I think it's all right because it's a 20 capacity steel factory, and I think that's worth it if I hit it. And you'll see in the results that I did like 99% damage, but that could be wrong. I have to recon that in the next turn. And now we're on the return journey from the target. Now hopefully they get home safely, but as you can see they're coming in now. I think this is where they're a bit unescorted for a little bit until the next fighter group comes in, and yeah, they're just mowing them down right now. This is the dangerous part of the raid where they don't have much escorts at this point in the raid, so they have to hold on for a bit longer. But yeah, it's just the AI is spamming so many planes. Kind of crazy. Okay, the Thunderbolts are in now. They've come. Two enemy fighters destroyed in one hit. Oh, lost a Thunderbolt. So yeah, trading kind of evenly on the Thunderbolts and the BF 110s. Interesting. Again, losing a lot of flying fortresses. That's going to be a recurring thing in this campaign. You'll see in the results, it's not looking good for the B-17 flying fortresses. But I'm still in the green in production. I'm still in the green. In terms of pilot losses, I've lost a bit. I've lost like 50 pilots, and the enemy's only lost like 10. It's okay. It's all right. Again, this long return journey. Okay, coming in from another enemy airfield, bombing with some Mitchells, some sort of lighter bomber than the B-17 flying fortress. Again, that looks like it was a successful raid. No resistance. Lost a flying fortress just as they're leaving the coast. Marauders coming in. Again, another medium bomber bombing this airfield in southern Italy. Again, no resistance. Which is really nice. Again, lost one on the one way. Another flying fortress. Baltimore's bombing another airfield. And I scheduled these, I staggered these raids so they would have like, you know, no resistance, but it looks like there was no point. I could have just launched them all at once, and it looks like they're not intercepting the raid. I must have wiped out all his enemy aircraft on those airfields, because it's really funny that there's no reaction happening there. And that was sort of like the main raid, I think, like the biggest one in Germany was hitting that steel factory. So this is going to be just like the cleanup operation, or the, you know, some smaller minor raids are going to happen now. Getting to 10:30 right now. I forget what the next raid is going to happen. So we're speeding up now. We're in nighttime bombing now. So that was the daylight bombing. And you'll see that we're going to have some nighttime raids. I think there's a recon. Yeah, it's recon. Oh no, that's Wellingtons. My bad. Yeah, doing some terror bombing here at nighttime because I can't bomb, you know, bloody factories at night because it's a house rule. So I'm just bombing urban targets, and we'll have a look at the urban damage. Bombing the Naples area. I thought, why not? Because it's close. Get that to like 100% damage and I'll be good. Bombing through cloud cover on this one. Miss a target. Get very dicey. Night bombing can be a bit dicey sometimes because, yeah. And then we have a lot of action at nighttime here. And you'll see that there'll be a lot of action, a lot of slow movement. So I'm going to probably cut the video here because there's going to be a lot of like evasive action, like, you know, these messages, right? And these night bombers, like these night fighters, they do get the number on me. They do get some kills. And yeah, probably the weakest part of my sort of strategy is I don't have a lot of night fighters. Like I don't seem to have like a ton to use. But yeah, if I remember correctly, this raid was going towards Hamburg. And the AI has spammed a lot of night fighters. It's kind of crazy. Which is a good thing, because if they do spam a lot of fighters, it means their fatigue is just going to go through the roof, which is what I want. Because that's a really high number of night fighters. But yeah, you don't really do night fighters as the defender, like, manually, because if you do them manually, it's just so time consuming. So the actual community dev who works on this game says that you should probably do night fighters automatically instead of like manually. But yeah, some of my night fighters, they are, you know, getting in there and causing some, they like, they're sighting targets, which is good. But I feel like the German night fighter presence is way more stronger than my own. As you can see, there's lots of like detecting on radar and stuff like that, and each plane has like a different radar which has, you know, different effectiveness. I'm not too skilled in the night fighting. As you can see, none of my night fighters seem to like find the target, but they don't get to shoot it down at night time. And now we have the mosquitoes, the night fighters I sent out, destroying rail yards for some reason, which I don't want them to do. Like, I didn't order them to attack rail yards, but they are. I think it's because I put the flight path over the rail yards, and now they're attacking it for some strange reason, expending their fuel. So that's unfortunate. But the good thing about night bombing is that, like, it's a really low chance for the enemy night fighters to find your formations, like, because it's pitch dark. Like, they won't find you. And I've launched the raids in a way where I'm bombing through when the moon comes out, so I have like some vision on the target. And we'll have a look in the review targets and see if I hit anything. I can't remember correctly if I did. I don't think my night bombing was as effective as I did in the last turn, the turn that I sort of restarted, because night bombing, you know, industry is too overpowered, so I just focused on terror targets. Again, I'll probably read up on the manual and see what I can do there. Still not confident in using electronic countermeasures. Still don't know what's the best strategy in doing that, but that's okay. I'm more better at daylight bombing, to be honest, in this game. All right, we have some Sterlings that reached the target in Hamburg, and they missed it. Damn it! They bloody missed the target, one of our night raids with the bombers. We still have a Sterling raid heading for Kiel or Kiel. It's a sort of major city in Germany, and that canal region near Denmark. So hopefully that pays off. Get so many night fighters. So each individual plane you see, that's just one plane. That's not a squadron. That's just one plane. This night bombing is a whole different ball game, which I kind of understand. Again, I don't know why the mosquitoes are attacking airfields and rail yards. I don't understand why, but it doesn't matter to me. My bombers, they still got through, because it's very difficult to find targets at night, surprisingly, in World War II. So, you know, I'm actually happy with this. I'm happy with the enemy. Here we go, our Sterlings. They got to Kiel or Kyle. I forget how to say it, but we hit the target. We hit that major city there with a couple of Sterling bombers. It's very nice. Our Lancasters, they made it to the rural region in the Windu area, which I plan to attack as an urban target. And they hit some urban areas, which is nice. And again, going to keep having these sort of spam targets of mosquitoes attacking rail yards for some reason. There's no option to say don't attack stuff. I want them to purely escort. Get another cluster of Sterling bombers coming to kill area, and I hit the target, which is nice. Hopefully that contributes to the terror score. Yeah, the turn really slows down here because the game sort of like shows you each individual action, like, oh, this one plane sees this other plane, oh, this plane attacks this, you know. It's night bombing is very much slower than daylight bombing in terms of the speed of the game. I think if I think if the AI wasn't doing this right now, it would be faster, but you have to have AI enabled for night fighters as a defender, because it's just way too much micromanagement. And yeah, it's doing fine. Like, I'm not taking too many losses, which is nice. Here we go, hitting in Munster. Some Sterling bombers hitting the Rhine or Rhine area. Get another cluster of Sterlings hitting the keel section. Hit it again. No issues. Hopefully did a lot of damage. Hitting the Weedo. I don't know how to say that, man. Some German names just beyond me. But I just called the raw region, and I hit the raw region at night pretty well. Again, just slowly chipping away at these targets. It's going to be a long campaign of sort of bombing targets. Yeah, so guys, I won't show the rest of the night bombing because it's just taking way too long for me to showcase. So I'll just show it to you in the after action report of this video. I'll definitely show the daylight bombing, but night bombing, it seems to be taking way too long. The video will be like 1 hour long probably if I was just sitting there watching every sort of action that's happening. So, but yeah, so we'll look at our targets in the after action report. So we'll look at our biggest raids that we had planned for this turn. So first we had, oh, why is it not going? Wait, why is that like that? What the fuck? Here we go. So our first, second mission, hitting this steel mill, and we did like 99% damage to it according to our recon, which could be wrong. And we lost around 21 bombers in exchange for that. Not too bad. I lost 4 fighters, but they lost 17. I'm pretty sure the I means enemy. So that's a good ratio. He had 20 AA guns there, which was heavy AA guns. So that's probably why I took a lot of flak damage in that sort of raid. But that's a successful mission. As you can see, capacity 20. These targets, these were night bombing. Again, some variable damage there. 41% on Recklinghausen, which is nice. And Cologne, nice. 48% damage. Only lost like a handful of bombers in those nighttime raids. Lots of AA guns there. So I think that's kind of worth it for those sort of numbers, if they're correct according to recon. I'll definitely send some more recon afterwards to check it out. The Karl region did like 32% damage, which is okay. I was expecting more. I lost 2 bombers in that raid when I sent 129 of those Sterlings, as I mentioned before. I did okay. And I hit this oil region in Italy, which I mistakenly called a terror raid, but it was an oil raid, and I did 88% damage. It's pretty nice, but it is a smaller target, capacity 4, but every target matters. This is a long campaign. I don't mind hitting smaller targets sometimes, especially ones that are easy to get to. Probably too many fighters there, as you can see, 141 fighters. No losses in that raid, which is pretty nice. Hit Naples, 33% damage, not too bad. Was expecting more. Couple of AA guns in Naples is interesting. So some heavy AA there. So he's placed them there. He knew I was going to bomb there. Cologne, again, has some AA guns there, which is pretty interesting. 35% damage on a night raid, 101 bombers. Then we had a couple of raids in Italy. Very successful. Not this one though. This primary airfield, barely any damage. 96 bombers with 150 planes in escort. Didn't do too well with the damage. But these ones were pretty successful. Around half damage to the target, which is really nice because that puts them out of commission a little bit. Lots of enemy aircraft in these areas. As you can see there, that the aircraft number there, that shows how many were in that area. Another night bombing target. No damage on that one. Unfortunate. That was a diversionary raid, I think. And then we have lots of radar attacks, which were all hit except Eindhoven for some reason. And then we had night fighters, more recon, and then our fighter sweeps, which seem to do some damage. It doesn't show like the enemy fighters that were lost, but I'm pretty sure I killed a lot of enemies in those fighter sweeps. So there's 100 fighter sweeps. I'm going to show you in the losses, or which one is it? Aircraft losses. So this is the big exciting thing I want to talk about, is that I've killed around 56 enemy aircraft while he's killed 49. So that's a really good ratio. It was actually better than I expected. I thought I was going to have way more losses. The big makeup of those losses is the B-17 flying fortresses, which is expected because those bombers, they did have a high casualty rate, if I remember correctly. So pretty decent day today. 56, but you know, there's 56 losses from the Axis. That is from mainly enemy aircraft from Italy. So those shitty Italian fighters I was talking about, those are the ones I strafed today with those fighter sweeps. As you can see, there's a high number of Italian aircraft, but still I think it's worth to kill those Italian aircraft, because if they don't, they're just going to harass me. And you know, it's surprising that I have a good, you know, ratio there. You killed 13 109s. Very good. I've lost 9 Typhoons, so there's fighter bombers I sent to bomb the radar stations. Again, not too bad. I only lost like a Lightning here or a Spitfire here. Like, I didn't lose too many fighters, so that tells me that my sort of strategy of doing high escorts with high altitude, so sort of doing an offensive strategy against the interceptors, is working. So I'm getting the better of the interceptors, so that's good. I've lost a lot of flying fortresses though. We can see our replacements. So how are we doing on our replacement chart? So we have a negative on this certain Spitfire. Not too concerned. I still have one to pull. I've lost a couple of the semi Spitfire variants, but it seems like this is the one that gets made the most. So I'm doing okay. I'm technically green, so I'm doing all right. Not too many losses today. And I have so many Thunderbolts, it's crazy. I'm making 36 Thunderbolts a turn, which is pretty nice. So I'm not going to be worried about losing those escort fighters. And as the game progresses, I'm going to get access to more fighters that can go deeper into enemy territory, which is good for escorting. And do we have a negative on the bombers? Yeah, so a couple of those medium bombers, we are running a bit of a deficit on the pool, but we still have some in reserve, which is nice. So like your Lancasters, your Halifaxes, they're doing all right. Not running into shortages in that area. Baltimore's have so many of those. Lots of Bostons, lots of Marauders, not too worried about those. And as you can see, our flying fortresses barely a dent in our production, which is nice. Making 56 fortresses a turn and 36 liberators. That's a really good number. So I'm doing okay in terms of replacements. And is there anything else I can show you? So look at the top pilots. Again, not going to be high for bombers. I assume the Axis player would have a better sort of aces, you know. Yeah, lost a few people there. And we'll look at the targets. So according to my sources, we've done 19% damage to the whole industry of the steel factories, which is outstanding for turn 2. For turn 2, guys, 19% damage across the whole Axis empire. As you can see, I'm carving a path. There's radar stations. And yeah, Probably for my next sort of strategy, continuing to hit those steel mills. Where is it? List targets. So my next turn, probably going to keep hitting those steel factories, those rubber factories in this area. Have 18% damage on oil refineries, which is pretty nice. So I want to try and hit those. Man, yes, there's lots of AA guns in those ones, some of the higher capacity ones, as you can see. But yeah, that's the turn. I hope you enjoyed that action phase. Pretty good turn, considering. It was controlled by the AI, but next turn, hopefully, it'll be controlled by him. And he'll be able to resolve that situation with losing so many aircrafts. But yeah, good turn. I hope to see you in the next video. Gradually progressing through this awesome game. And I'll see you later. I hope you like and subscribe. We're getting to 1,000 subscribers almost. I'm hitting 900 soon, so it's a really good milestone. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.